Let's talk a little bit about time management. Whenever I think back early in my career, I just was an absolute animal when it came to plowing through work, just working crazy, stupid, insane hours, 70, 80 hours a week at times. And I had this idea of it almost being a rite of passage, like I was working all these hours. And in looking back, I realized I didn't even know how to work. Yes, I was putting in the hours, but I wasn't really doing it in an efficient way. So that's what I want to talk about today. You know, we all are in this place of work-life balance and struggling and working all these crazy hours while also wanting to have a vacation or spend time with your family or just not simply crush yourself working for a company that doesn't really value you. And so I think we can all agree that time management is crucial. Tons of negative consequences associated with an inability to manage your time effectively. Stress, burnout, health issues. But it doesn't have to be that way. So I want to talk through a few tricks that I have learned over the years in terms of mastering time management. And don't worry, for all of you that are listening, you don't have to take notes. I'm going to put all of this stuff down in the show notes. I'll have links to everything that I talk about. So just take a little bit of time, sit back, relax, and take it all in. So the first thing that we want to do is really analyze our time. This is actually a pretty simple exercise. I was having a conversation working with somebody just yesterday, actually. And we draw it on our whiteboard. Talk me through how you spend the majority of your week. And I'm thinking big buckets. Okay, I spend 40% of my time focused on sales. Another 40% of my time focused on working with other members of the sales team, helping them lift their numbers. And then 20% of the time goes to just random meetings, emails, notes, just kind of random tasks that unfold. This is where we want to start because ultimately we have to measure what we are doing before we can start to move the needle in the right direction. So this is a very simple exercise, pen and paper, write down where you spent most of your time. And if you don't know, you just have this frazzled state that you're operating in, make notes throughout the day. Just spend a week. Say, okay, well, I spent this much time doing this much time doing this. And what you will see is you're probably not spending all of the time that you should be in the right areas. So take a little bit of time, document what you are doing, and just looking at it on pen and paper is going to help you kind of trigger some thoughts and ideas of, oh, I probably don't even need to be doing this, or maybe I should delegate this off to someone on my team, or maybe I really should focus more on this because this is going to move the lever and help me get more revenue. But we've got to document it first. Once you document it, you're going to have a better understanding of where you are spending your time each day. That is the first step that I want all of you to focus on. Once you better understand how you are spending your time, now we're going to kind of get into a few tips and tricks and tools that you can use to better manage your time. The very first one that I want to talk about is called the Pomodoro Technique. Cool name, I get it, but very simple in nature. Really, you're just going to block your time and say, I'm going to spend 25 minutes doing this thing. And a little kitchen timer is going to be your best friend here. You just set this timer here to 25 minutes and hit go. And then you work on that task uninterrupted. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, close out your emails, close out your web browser and social media all of these things that are distractions and focus just on that thing. If you do get interrupted because you've turned off all of your other technology devices and then your dog starts losing her mind, that happens. Stop the timer, go take care of your dog, clean up the throw up, whatever happened, come back, start the timer again. The idea here is we want to build habits around intently focusing on getting a task done. When you do this, an interesting thing is going to occur. You are going to move through that task significantly faster than you initially anticipated you would. Once your time is up, I want you to stop and take a 5 to 10 minute break. Go do something else, unplug, clean the dishes, do whatever you've got to do, come back, start the cycle over. 25-minute intervals and then 5 10-minute breaks, something like that. When you are able to focus just on one task without any distractions, you're going to mow through things faster than you can possibly imagine. The next thing that I want to talk about is leveraging a tool that is absolutely free. Yes, there are tons of time management apps on your phone and tools and things like that that you can use, that you can pay for, that will send alerts. The free and easiest version is to pull up the calendar on your phone. Very simple to do. And then you block time on your calendar, maybe in conjunction with your little timer, and say, all right, from 9 to 10, I'm going to be focused on client acquisition. From 11 to 12, I'm going to be focused on content creation. You block the time on your calendar, and once again, minimize all disruptions. You're probably going to want to block time on your calendar just focused on responding to emails, on calling customers, on calling people on your team. Use the tools that are at your disposal. A kitchen timer is a couple of bucks. Your calendar is free on the cell phone that I know all of you have. Use these tools. The most important one is going to be setting boundaries to ensure that people on your team, friends, family know that this is deep work time that you are focused on. Unless somebody is dying, they do not contact you because you have to get this thing done. That means sometimes having an uncomfortable conversation to set those expectations and then letting them know, hey, I appreciate you, I respect you, but I have to work on this thing right now. Can you give me an hour? Can you give me till this afternoon? It's really not that difficult. And if you say it in that way, usually people are going to respect and appreciate what you're doing. So timer, calendar, and boundaries. 3 quick and easy tips that you can use to better manage your time. The last thing that I want to touch on is as you start changing these habits that you are developing around time management, you are going to start to see improvements in many areas of your life. One, how much work and productivity you are outputting. And if we think of productivity as units per work per unit of time, that number is going to skyrocket once you start doing these simple little things. When you start becoming more productive with your time, you will free up more time to do the things that you want to do in life. Maybe go to the gym, maybe go on a vacation, or just spend time with your kids. But we have to prioritize these things in our lives and better understand how to better manage the time that we allocate towards these things. Elimination of distractions is key. That is the biggest, most important thing that I can stress to all of you today. Minimize distractions, stay hyper-focused on the thing that you are wanting to accomplish, and then move forward.